Yo, this is the Lyrical Master Show. Thought I'd do a little short one today, this weekend. Um, I've been going through some things. Saturday I found out my friend passed away, so I wrote a song called "You Will Be Missed." The beat's to be decided, but I've just picked a random beat on YouTube that sounds emotional, and I'm just gonna let it out of my system, and I'm gonna do do a little something for you, for anybody who's lost a friend, and yeah. So I'm gonna do this now. Play this. Wait, first I'm going to invite my peoples. Okay, so let me invite my people. Alright, so I'm just inviting everybody in, so I hope you're all having a good weekend. Tell me what you're up to. Put some comments in. It's your show as well as mine. But I just thought that I'd let things get out of my system into music. I've worked on a song called "Love Is a Dangerous Game." I'll play that for you as well. So, just inviting people in. It's quite a long invited list, so maybe I'll get some viewers. Okay, we got some viewers. I'm just inviting people in. Alright, Lyrical Master Show. Yeah, bear with me. Alright, just pop comments down below. Tell me what's up, give a hello, whatever. Alright. Yeah, man. I got Saint here. So I'm first I'm gonna give you a preview of what I've written fresh about my friend's passing. So it's emotional. I picked a random beat and I'm gonna spit this live. It's called "You Will Be Missed." It just helps get it out of my system. He only passed away on Saturday, so I'm just picking a random emotional beat, and yeah, so here goes. So yeah, I was saying my friend passed away on Saturday, so I've written a song called "You Will Be Missed," and I've just picked a random emotional beat and I've written lyrics called "You Will Be Missed." So I'm just gonna spit that to you, and it just helps release it out of my system. Okay, here goes. Yo, gone from this world, I wonder where your soul will be.
This is majestic.
You have gone and left this world, but your memories remain in my brain. You have touched my heart and I can't take the pain. I wish you was here, I need my friend again. Why did you go? I may never know the talks and the caring, the friendship we were sharing. You lightened my world and now you left me in the dark like I've lost you. I thought I've got you, but it was too good to be true. Life was tough, but I was there going through it with you like you did for me, you're such. But now you can never be replaced. In my heart holds a special place with your name that's beating every day, thinking of you. Now what should I do? Your departure, I hope that you're in good hands by our Heavenly Father. I put my hands together and pray that your soul goes to a good place. You was kind, giving your time for others. To me you was like a brother. This is for my dear friend who passed away. Not a second goes by that I don't think of you every day. You will be missed. I wish and pray that your soul goes in a good place and that you find a better place for you to stay. My brain doesn't work from the pain and the hurt, feeling like I'm cold outside in the rain and the dirt. For your demise, I will pray at the church, finding out this bad news today is the worst. I still can't believe it. I will forever be waiting for your call, because you call me nearly every day, and now nothing at all. The shock to my system with you being missing, I just wish that things were different. I'm sure that you have joined your father with a happiness that is larger. I'm waiting your text on the phone, but it's not going to happen. I feel alone. You helped me a lot with advice in life. You was really nice, a heart of gold, that's right. I know you were listening to this song. You love my music, I will still do it. And in my shows I will raise suicide awareness for those in depression, and give contact details so they won't be forgetting. Damn, I need you, but I suppose this is a part of my hardship that I have to see through. No words can describe how I feel. It is like someone has taken you away, a thief that steals. Now who can I talk to you? Who can I talk to? You have gone and left me, but what about your daughter and your family? I told you not to do it and that we all will get hurt, but you didn't listen. Nothing I said even worked. I wish I could have done something more to make you stay. It's like I'm blaming myself every single day. I feel responsible because maybe I should have done more to keep you still around if that was possible. But I didn't know that you would really go ahead. And now instead I hate this word and it hurts to know you were dead. Alright, that was real emotional right there. Damn, I'm shaking right now. You know, it's fresh. That you're just recent events, man. You know, I'm letting it out. I'm letting the people feel it, emotions and shit. You can see the tears in my eyes. You know, I'm real. All right, so I'm gonna play a new track of mine called "Love Is a Dangerous Game." All right. That's again more hardships in my life. You know, my wife left me and took the kids. And that's why love is a dangerous game. So I'm gonna play that. So here goes. You'll expect a Lyrical Master album dropping by the end of the year. I'm working hard, and I'm representing NLR, Neatlane Records, and my album is going to be called The Journey. The Journey. Reason being is my life experiences, my journey, my pain, my emotions, my happiness, everything I want to share to the world. I'm real, you know. Me as an artist, I've been rapping since 1999. I do various stuff. Reggae, singing, rap. So here's Love Is a Dangerous Game. Just type it in. I'm going to play that. Bear with me, yo. Here we go. I'm dwelling on the past, what if, but I am not to know. How will it go? Who do I trust when my dreams become crushed and relationships turn into dust, blocked and forgotten? Feeling rotten, losing myself in this living hell. Is it me? Am I that bad? Yo, I cannot tell. There are far worse to me, but it's just my destiny. Let me sleep for eternity, because I cannot take this pain. Not eating, not cleaning, not getting out of bed. The depression consuming me. Inside of my head, I'm no good. You're better with somebody else instead. The grass is always greener on the other side. So before we start, we may as well say goodbye. To save my destroyed heart, love is painful, I can't take any more. Betrayed, abandoned and left torn, not used to loneliness but scared of temporary love. So I don't belong anywhere, this life is not good. I'm not perfect but never good enough. I'm just easily replaceable and an option, so go to somebody else in a rush. No matter what I achieve, my heart still bleeds. No matter what I succeed, I'm down on my knees. No matter with what the good that I see or the good that I do, I see falsehood that pretend to be true.
Love is a dangerous game.
So dangerous.
Because when it goes away, life will never be the same.
Never gonna be the same.
Love becomes pain.
So much pain.
And it's hard to maintain. Love is a dangerous game.
So dangerous.
Because when it goes away, life will never be the same.
Never gonna be the same.
Love becomes pain.
So much pain.
And it's hard to maintain.
It's eating me alive, decaying every day. Give me one good reason to stay. If I don't show love, it's because my love is taken away. I need to learn how to love another day, because right now I am in the healing stage and I never allowed myself time to heal. So the repetitive rejection has only given pain to feel. Love turns to anger and also hate. I'm even hating myself, it is just my fate to live a life like this. Temporary glimpses of happiness and suddenly left with I lost my soul in my head. I will die alone.
What up?
Love is a dangerous game.
Alright, you got the idea that look that for my album. I've got my man Rekt on here for the first time. Lyrical Master show. Actually, he was doing a show himself, and he decided to jump on. So, respect for that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
What up? What up?
What's up, brother?
Let me set up real quick.
Yeah, he's my brother from another mother. Know that.
No doubt. Brother from another mother for sure. You just getting your chill on, grooving to some good tunes, it sounds like.
Yeah, you know.
I like that last.
What's that?
I like that last track. That was dope.
Oh, Love is a Dangerous Game.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
It is a dangerous game.
It is. It is. From a lot of people can relate to that. So, my life experiences, and a lot of people can relate to it. So, I want to do songs like that based on my experiences. So I decided to call my album, when I release it end of the year, called The Journey.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's been a journey. 18 years in the game, man. I can feel you on that. I've been in it 18 years. We've been on journeys, haven't we?
Yep. Veterans always have stories to tell,
No doubt.
Yeah. What's up, sister? We got sister
What's
up in here.
What's up, Sarah? What's up, everybody? What's up, Hottie? There's a Hottie up on there.
Yeah, so we've both been in the game for 1999 now. How many
Pause. What's up?
Yeah.
What'd you
so, so we got some viewers. That's cool. I'm in Facebook jail. It's like I can't post in groups. People are like trying to stomp me down, stomp us down.
I didn't hear you.
Can't hear.
Getting my smoke on the air. What is it, Friday night? No, I'm just joking. It's Saturday night for me.
That's good, man. You get your chill on. That's good. Where's
Hell
your
yeah.
claw? Yeah, you got your claw.
Got my claw ready. Night of the claw.
Night of the Claw. Yes.
Yes. It's cool
So
being on somebody else's show for once. So
yeah.
what it do? What it do?
Oh, freestyle session, fellas. We got a request. Freestyle session. Oh, okay.
Video pause.
Freestyle. All right. So I play a beat. Should we do a little freestyle rect for the people?
All right, let's do it. Why not?
I'll play a random beat. I don't know. I'll just type in freestyle beat on YouTube and see what comes up. Yeah.
See what
And
pops up, yo.
we'll
I'll
just
join in with you.
You know, just play around. Apparently, this says the best freestyle rap beat ever. I don't know.
We'll see about that. Let's wreck it.
Who's going first?
Shit. I'll dissect it first.
All right. Yo.
All right.
All right. Freestyling. Yo. Okay. We ain't monkeying around in here like in the zoos. It's Paul saying, yo, we get you jumping like kangaroos. I got the magical gift like voodoo. I see right through you. Yo, this ain't no miscellaneous thing. It's the serious thing. It's Paul saying doing my thing, cause I'm the lyrical king. With the Rekt Hearse coming in with the best verse. You know that we're gonna make your blood burst. With the lyrical beats that hit you. With the lyrical scripture, with the mixture. Paul saying, yeah, my rhymes are sicker than vomit. I make you jump higher than Sega Sonic and Mario Brothers when I'm about to come through with the sound of undercover, underground with the thunder sound. You know what's happening right now. Rekt Hearse, bring it now.
Hands are full, but I'm ready to go. I might want to stay just to see the show. I can't hear the beat, so I'll keep on my flow. I don't know how to freestyle, but I go yo-yo like a yo-yo. I'm up and down and all around. People coming city and town to town to see this fucking frown on my motherfucking face. And now I'm here to erase all you haters and your disgrace. Fuck what you're saying behind my back. All your freestyles and your raps are whack. You can go and smoke some more crack because I'm motherfucker like me. Just don't fuck with that. I wear a backpack, yeah, but it's full of dope. Motherfuckers always hanging me from a rope, and I don't care because I'll go home and stroke his stroke because these motherfuckers ain't nothing but some kinfolk from your redneck towns. Getting all down with the round clowns. I hope you know I'm down. Whoop, whoop with the motherfucking fam. Motherfuckers look at me like, God damn, it's Rekt Hearse on the mic, and I don't fucking know what to say next, but you'll hear my flow go up and down and all around. Cause bones are breaking all around your town, and I'm waking bacon, taking your life like my name was Kevin Bacon, and then I'm fucking your wife. I'll fuck a sweet old lady like she's a Playboy bunny, cause these motherfuckers out there think it's really funny. And days aren't sunny, and I don't really know what to do about this freestyle, bro. It's gonna go till I can't say no more. Now I'm gonna pass the mic to my homie, Lyrical.
Taking it over like venom, like a cobra. Coming in now, spitting this shit till your life is over. Coming in with shoulders like a boulder, like Hercules. Listen to me, please. I got my rhyme spitting at ease. You know I come through in the breeze with the weed, with the rhyme force. Of course, you know the beat's over. Yeah, did you like that?
I killed it, yo. I took too much of that beat.
That's good. They're saying careful with that claw, though.
Yeah, I gotta be careful with it, with the ladies especially. The claws come off, I promise.
Any stories about the claw? Any?
Don't be asking questions for adults. Don't ask adult questions to adults, Arachnid.
Facebook's, yeah, I'm in Facebook jail. Man. I can't even post in groups. I mean,
she live, that's dope.
So that was a good freestyle session there, you know.
Hey man, yeah, I knew I'd have to get up on here and try.
So now I've got you for the first time. Now's my time to ask you questions.
Hell yeah. I'm
All
totally
right.
down, man.
All right. So we got Rekt Hearse here. He's on Neatlane Records, just the same label as I am. Just letting the people know.
Represent.
We've both been rapping since 1999. You're from America. Can you tell where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Utah, the state of Mormons and polygamy, where it's okay to have a couple wives.
Okay. And
No, it's
what's your opinion on that?
to each their own.
Each to
Honestly,
their that's the
if
safest.
they're cool with it and they're not forced into the marriage, then honestly, I don't care. But if you were forced into something, or born into it, that's fucked up. And that's what a
Yeah.
lot of polygamy is they're born into it, raised into it, and like picked out. And they're like, okay, you and you are going to marry so-and-so when you reach a certain age, which is probably 14, I believe, which is fucked up. Don't get married when you're 14, man.
Is that what
It's
Mormons are
illegal.
doing? Is that what they're doing, Mormons?
Not Mormons, but polygamist Mormons. It's
All
like an
right.
off branch of Mormons. It's pretty in depth, man. It's crazy. It's in depth.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I've heard something. I don't know if it's true that they technically, literally do that, stick to that love thy neighbor thing. I don't know. I just heard it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's good values in the Mormon religion. I'll tell you that. Like I was born and raised Mormon,
All
and
right.
it's like they were always there for me as a kid because I was a poor kid. I still am poor, but they come around and they fucking hook us up with food, and that's pretty
That's
dope. You know what I mean?
that's nice. So,
Like I don't
would
have to
you
go to
say
their church, and they give me food.
that is nice and compassionate? I think all religions, they're based on that kind of compassion. But you get the few individuals that spoil it for the masses.
Right?
Now, would you say music is a religion? Could it be?
Could
In a way,
music be a religion?
is it
Anything
a
could be.
religion? Religion.
Anything could
What
be a religion.
what does the word religion mean? Something that you do religiously, right?
You religiously follow it and believe in everything that it brings you, basically.
Like every day, people religiously brush the teeth. I'm just saying, it's
That's
a
true.
word.
It's
So
a word for sure. It's a word, and it's more of, instead of a religion, it should be belief. You know what I mean? It should be tossed around. It shouldn't be tossed around as a religion, because you make a good point that I religiously listen to music. I religiously listen to Lyrical Master. Does that
exactly.
make me worship you? I
You,
do.
you,
I do.
you're allowed to tell it. You
You
can't
won
admit
me.
it. You know,
You won me with
I'll,
lyrical.
I'll take props for that. I'll take props for that. So, all right. So, what's your biggest title smash for your upcoming album, Rigor Mortis? Would you say it's WAF?
I would say so. WAF, wicked as fuck.
You know,
Definitely.
after that comes out, WWE are going to change their name to WAF just because of
They
you.
should. They're gonna listen to that track and they're gonna say, "Let's do it. Let's change it." And I'm gonna get paid royalties every time they play it.
Beetle guys, Beetle, our
You
man Beetle,
guys,
he's making me laugh, man. He makes more beats than a Muslim prays during Ramadan. That's that is religious. That is religious, Beetle. That is very religious. So music is a religion. Beatles just proved it. Did you see the comment there? I mean, my show might get torn down and reported for religious bashing, and we're not doing that. We're just
it's kind of a casual religious talk, you know. We're not like sitting here getting like in depth and heated about nothing. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I noticed a lot. There's been a lot of finger pointing, like especially, yeah. Beware of the claw. You point the finger, the claw
Yep.
will come.
The claw will come.
The claw is coming.
The claw is coming. I gotta get you those files so it can be doper.
Yeah. I'm waiting for these master files so I can try and attempt to master it. Yeah.
They pray
So
for hours. That would be crazy, man. I prayed for maybe 10 minutes straight in my life. Longest prayer ever.
10 minutes.
It was on a plane flight. I was flying in a plane. It was a 10-minute prayer.
What was that? Hoping that the plane doesn't crash or something.
It was yeah, there was some turbulence and it was pretty fucking rough. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. Next thing you know, I became the most religious motherfucker in the world.
You know, a lot of people don't look to God, right? But soon as like they're scared or something bad happens, then they turn, you know, because
suddenly you get so scared that you get the fear of God and you realize, oh shit, if there's no one else to turn to, I'm going to turn to the man upstairs at the last minute. And, you know, I think that if there is a higher power or God, I think that they're cool with that. Because they're like, finally, it took this, but hey, you know what? Thank you. Now you die. Or don't die.
So yeah, I mean, people can believe what they want to believe, and everyone's got a right to freedom of speech, you know, and that's the way it is now. And we ain't here to bash anybody. Our shows are just open for any conversations. If you don't like it, get the hell out of here. If you like it, you'll stay. That's it. So
Yep.
we just talk the real. So what else have I got to ask? Okay, so all right, so this is your biggest album, you're saying, that you've ever done in your 18 in your time
18
of
plus years. Yeah.
So
I think so.
How many tracks are people looking forward to? How many tracks is upcoming on this album? It's a big
Originally,
album.
it was like 36, and then it was 24, and then I cut it down to 16, and now it's 12. So 12 dope tracks.
So that's nice that, you know, you're selecting, getting rid of the stuff that are just all right, and keeping the ones that are really good. I like that. So
the dopest will be on the album. I'm saving a few bangers for the next album. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Okay. And no, yeah, it's good. You keep things moving. You know, you're not just stopping. You keep things moving. You've always got projects here and there. I like that.
Moves.
That's it.
Also got an album coming out with Play of the Cannibal Clown, The Wicked 2. Well, hopefully by the end of the year.
And he's from Australia, right?
Yep, he's an Australian. He's a crazy fucker.
I know that very well. Yeah. I mean, he comes and goes. He makes a disappearance and then reappears.
He's funny like that. He also
he's cannibalizing in the desert, Australian desert or something, man.
It's out in the outback with his didgeridoo.
That just reminds me of Rekt Hearse, if you know who he is.
Yeah.
So you got 12 tracks coming out, and that's going to be released. Is that in August?
July 31st.
July 31st. Okay.
Coming up fast here.
So we got Beetle.
Beetle's got a dope album coming out too later this year. A couple months here.
Nice. He's reminded me, actually, he's going to be on the end of a track of actually that Love is a Dangerous Game that I played.
Oh, sweet.
It's going to be a final verse, a mini verse at the end where Beetle's going to jump up on there and I'm going to send him that file.
Good idea.
So, you know, it just mixes it up a bit, you know, get the collaborations in, which is good. I've been watching Beatles, some of his productions. He's very talented, you know. You're talented as well, you know, but you know.
Thanks, man. Beatles got it going on, though.
He touches in multiple genres, you know, and not just hip hop. So, you know, we got that
Rock,
diversity.
dubstep, reggae even. He could do some reggae shit for you.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, you know, this can happen. So,
I
you know,
mean,
excited.
Boss Man was looking for a song that was sounded like a Western. He wanted the wow, wow, wow sound and all that. I said, go to Beetle, and he'll fucking hook you up. And Beetle hooked him up with wow, 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 wow. It was dope. And then he goes into some hip hop Western shit.
Wow, wow.
You have to hear it, dude.
Yeah. It's like I did a freestyle once and it goes something like, I shot you in the head and you sure died. Clint Eastwood style like rawhide. You know, just a little.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood is sick. You know, it is like you can't beat his westerns. You know, if people are
I
watching
haven't
this.
watched many of them, but you know he's the shit. Like growing up, you're kind of like Clint Eastwood's. You know, he's the guy. I'll have to go back and watch some more of his shit.
Yeah, and there was an older Western film I watched, black and white. I don't normally tap into that, but once there was an older actor called back in the day, black and white, before Clint Eastwood's time, and he's called Gregory Peck. And
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of him, but like he was in this Western film, and he was like, you know, he was more cooler than Clint Eastwood, man. You know, Clint Eastwood must have got it from somewhere. And then I realized, okay, so people were doing things before him. All right.
No doubt, no doubt.
So
John Wayne.
back to your music, yeah. Uh, who are your influences? You know, to make you as an artist today.
Korn, the rock band Korn, really got me. Like, gave me my performance edge. The Ice Cube, NWA, Ghetto Boys, Two Live Crew,
Mm-hmm.
Esham, Mastermind from Nodus, some Detroit legends, and Insane Clown Posse, of course. Oh,
Okay.
just so yeah.
All right. So you've done some shows in your time. Uh,
Yeah.
where would you say your best ever memorable performance was? Where was it? Which kind of crowd was it? What venue? What was your favorite show you've ever played where the fans just every artist has a best show they've ever done in their life, and it's like it's so memorable, and you just wish you could rewind to that night again because you
Yeah.
actually smashed it and the fans went berserk.
I'd say honestly my first show because I put so much promotion into it that like I remember 40 people showed up for us and that's a lot of people when you first doing your first show. Looking out at 40 people plus there's probably about 20, 25, 30 other people in the bar. And it was packed and they didn't expect us to show up. We got bloodied up in the bathroom. Our faces were covered in blood and we left a huge mess. We actually later on we got banned from the place, but we went on stage and I was lucky enough to have we had a DJ. He was 13 years old. We had a hell of a time getting him in because it was a bar, but we got him in, and here we are, a bunch of 18, 19-year-old kids, just fucking bloody, and we had X's on our forehead and 666, and we rocked that place, man, as well as we could. And nobody had heard that kind of shit before, like, and people were just coming up to us like, "Oh man, that was so crazy!" And afterwards, we're like, "Let's go do an after party show, man." So we got all crazy and got all drunk and went to this after party. And everybody hated us at the after party. We got kicked out because our DJ was smoking weed in the bathroom, and it was quite the night, homie. But it was one of those nights that you don't want it to end. So we were up to like sunrise, just chilling and driving around, bumping our
Nice.
tunes. Good times, man. Good times.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So your music back then, it sounds like with the bloody and the 666, it sounded like you was like more the angry type of music, like
outward aggression. Instead
yeah,
of, you know what I mean? That's what we call it, was outward aggression, because we're murdering and killing and blood this, blood that, and then it became inward aggression after we'd lost so many people in our lives. We were like, an inward aggression would be like self-hate and loathing and suicidal thoughts, and it became my group Suicide Pact, and we reach out to people who are feeling the same way, and it's affected a lot of people. It's helped a lot of people too. It's also hurt some people. Unfortunately, people take it the wrong way, and that comes with hip-hop in general. We've had some people who have slit their wrists to our music and said it was all for me. We've had people rip up Bibles. There's been some sickos. I've had some psycho fans, but I've redeemed them. They've all been redeemed, and I've talked to them in depth and changed their lives around. I've had people call me up with guns in their mouths, man.
yeah.
I've had people with knives to their throat, ready to kill themselves, just looking for something, you know, and I helped them out. And it was hard. I took on a lot. But I had to take a step back. You know what I mean?
You got your own, step back because you got your own sanity and your own problems. You can't keep doing that forever. You can do it for some time.
You feel like you want to save the world. When you get to that point, you feel like, oh my God, I need to save the world. I need to help everybody I can. And like, I don't know why I feel like I owe that to the world, because I really don't. But it's just hard being human, because I got so much love to give, I guess, and I need to just focus on the love at home to my family, and every once in a while take a minute and go help those people out, because I'm never gonna leave anybody hanging, but I can't be consumed by it at the same time. You know what I mean?
True. You need that fine balance, because if you can't help yourself, then how can you help others? So you got to look after your own well-being to be able to look after other people's well-being. So look
Exactly.
after number one first, because if you don't look
True.
after yourself, then how can you look after others? So what made you want to look out for others in the first place? You went through some things in your life.
I went through some hard things in my life. I experienced many losses, suicide, and drugs. I lost a lot of people, and gang violence and shit like that. And suicide is bad, and it's just fucking stupid shit like that. Like, gang violence led to one of my friends committing suicide when he was younger, of course, and his name was Benjamin.
Okay.
I lost a good friend a couple years back. Like, it's a touchy subject because my friend's in the room right now watching, so. But she overdosed on prescription pills, and it led to Suicide Pact, trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
And it can be taken the wrong way, because we get a little dark, but it's helped a lot of people.
Yeah. So it's like, I can relate to all that, because I've been through things myself. Life is a journey. We all go through tough times, and we see nasty things on our travels. People, they come and go, and the people pass away. And I had a friend pass away yesterday. You heard that song? I don't know. I don't know if you managed to see me, do that. But yeah, I'm.
Sorry about that, man.
It's all
Sorry
right,
for the
man.
loss.
Well, what I'm gonna do right now is uh, I'm gonna type in some links. UK suicide help support links. So anybody watching is from the UK, there's some support. If anybody's going through problems, there are agencies and support lines. Samaritans is one. Samaritans do that. Mind, look them up. So, more information. There's the Compassionate Friends. You can reach them on 0345 123 2304 if you're from the UK. There's the Samaritans. You can reach them on 116 123. If you got any problems in your life, you feel like you need emotional support, contact them. There's SOBs, Survivors of Bereavement of by Suicide. You can contact them on 0300 111 5065. So there's quite a few. Child Death Helpline 0800 282 986. Support line 01708 765 200. So, just pick up that phone, call these people, and if you've got a knife to your throat or something, or you got a handful of pills, please make a call if no one's around. Because all you need is talk to someone, they'll talk you out of it, and life worth living. It sounds stupid, but there are people that will listen and care. There's people have a tough time and they think, oh, I've had enough, and it's just in that like 5 or 10 minutes or that 1 hour, you could do something crazy. Instead of just being on your own, just talk to a friend. Pick up that phone. Don't suffer alone. Yeah. F suicide, because it ain't the way. It ain't the way. Is there any support contacts from people in the USA that could reach? You can drop the link down, or you can tell them that.
Yeah, I'll drop the states ones after we wrap this up. I got a little thing I can drop in the comments.
Cool. All right.
I gotta wrap it up right now. My son's in the room and he wants to hang out. So much love, Lyrical Master. It's been an honor being on the show. Maybe next time we can chop it up a little more. Freestyle. It's been fun, man. I got to freestyle and got to answer some questions, and it's always good times.
Next time we'll have a jam to some music for sure.
For sure. You got any of my jams? You should play one of my jams if you got one.
Yeah. What do you want me to play for the people, Rick?
You got WAF?
Oh, I have.
Sweet. Play a little bit of it for him, and much love, homie. I'll be watching.
All right. Take care, brother. It's been good to have you. Bye. So that was my man Rekt Hearse. Dope as hell, man. Is a rap veteran since 1999. What more can I say, yo? I gotta play it, seeing I've had the show, and man, he's my man Rekt Hearse. What more can I say? You hear it, dope as hell. This is Rekt Hearse featuring Mr. Skull, upcoming on his Rigor Mortis album. You'll hear this shit, yo. He ain't playing no games. It's real hip hop. Just hear that beat, hear that production, man. Sick as hell. Sick as hell, I mean wicked as fuck. You know that. That's what the song's called.
All right, Saint, I got you. I invited you, Saint. That's dope as hell, man. I'll try you again.
Yay!
Yes. I've got my
It
record
took
label.
it took a while to get on there.
That's all right. Technical issues sometimes it happens.
As usual, but how have you been holding up, Lyrical?
Yeah, yeah. I got it out of my system. You heard that, you know, from my friend passing away, and I released it out of my system. Thought I'd do a show and, you know, share to the people my emotions through music. You know, that's what I do. So yeah, that's my way, man.
You know, Lyrical, to be honest with you, when you first got up onto this live feed and when you performed that song you just wrote live for your friend, I'm not gonna lie, and as your vice president, as my witness, I got teary eyed. You were like the second artist in the world that I've ever heard rap something and actually it put tears to my eyes. The first rapper to put tears to my eyes on any track would be Tech Nine, and that's from the track Mom and Nam, because his track I relate to it as the death of my grandmother, as the death of his mom. Now
Yeah.
this one, on the other hand, dude, you put so much feeling into that track, dude, that like there's so many people that are my homies I could think of that if something bad were to happen, bro, like I wouldn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And you being one of them, Rekt being another. You know, my homie Happy that lives out here where I'm at. You know, if something bad were to happen to him, the poor dude, like you and my boy Happy, you guys got to get together, man. You guys got to talk. He's a good man. You know, he's full-blooded Italiano. You know, he has a heart, you know, the size of the globe, man. But you know, if something were to happen to him, you know, something would really fuck up the inside of me, you know. And then I have another friend who's also a man, you know, and he's going through a hardship right now. Actually, he's actually going through some surgery for his body, and the surgery might contain of the fact that he might die because of it, because his weight's got to the best of him, and he's tried everything in the world possible, you know, to get him back down to a normal size, and he just can't beat it. So he's thinking of like kind of like a tummy tuck-in sort of deal, and he said it's a very dangerous act. So if something were to happen to him, dude, like my heart would just fucking sink, man, because like I'm that guy's guardian angel. I've been his guardian angel since school. You know, and like I saw him get thrown away by his cousin when his cousin was a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Jealousy, to be honest with you. And now this guy's got like 4 degrees, and his degrees is a bachelor's and a master's to psychology. So, you know, like he's trying to work on the human mind. Like he's a brilliant dude, man. Like like the homies I've got here in the States, dude, you love them. You know what I'm saying? Like they'd be your best friend for life because, you know, they know. But, you know, Lyrical, I just want to say I appreciate you for what you did with that track that you did earlier. You know, for it to put tears to my eyes, I give you 100%, brother. And believe me, your charm is going to be on its way as soon as it gets into me. You know what I'm saying?
There needs to be more awareness for suicide.
There does. And, you know, and I'm starting a hashtag, which was in the bottom of the comments, called Fuck Suicide. You know, I got a message to relay out to the world. This is all over the United States, and this is all over for the Ukraine. And, you know, Lyrical, I want you to hear me out on this closely. For those of you who are facing depression, I know it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like me as a manager of NLR Inc., you know, it's not easy for me to get out through my depression. My wife suffers depression. My son at 6 years old suffers depression, which isn't good.
It's embarrassing when a little boy knows he's depressed and he can't express his
Exactly.
depression.
You know, Rekt is depressed, Lyrical's depressed, you know, Beatles Depressed, you know, we've got Playa who's depressed, Arachnid's depressed. Like, majority of our label, it has a depression. And we all face this shit, and that's why the music we make, you know, is our outlet. You know, like what I'm saying, like we're trying to make aware of those who can relate to us. And the number one thing I must say about that is, please don't fucking kill yourself.
You're always welcome to talk to us.
Yeah. True.
It's hard.
Exactly. You know, a lot of people, when they go through these moments of deep depression, the worst thing is keeping yourself to yourself because you might have crazy thoughts. You need to talk to somebody, you know?
You know, Lyrical, like right now, I'm so emotional because it's so cringing to see that there's so much beauty in life. And it kills me on a daily basis to see this shit go down, man. Like, there's so much talent. You know, there's so much people out there that got so much love and that just need that hug and that just need that acknowledgement of knowing that they're just a big ball of life and they've got so much ahead of them, you know? And it's hard because, you know, the people who kill themselves, you know, they could be hearing us right now and they could be rising against and they could be like, you know what? They're like, NLRN can relate to me. Like, I know this pain. Like, I know what I'm going, like, they know what I'm going through sort of shit. You know what I'm saying? And, like, we're trying our hardest, guys. We're trying our hardest to present to you what we see. We see what you see. We feel what you feel. Like, right now, I'm empathing Lyrical right now, and it's breaking my heart, man, because this guy that just died today or passed away, you know, he meant something to Lyrical, and, you know, it kills me to see my homie like this because, you know, he left my homie in a world so cold. You know, so now Lyrical's got to, you know, suffer that pain, and now he's got someone else to look out to. I mean, you know, it's not like Lyrical doesn't have problems of his own that he's got to accomplish, but, you know, losing somebody didn't help the scenario. You know, that's fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I know a lot of you have drug addictions. I know a lot of you have alcohol addictions. I know a lot of y'all are probably going through, you know, like legal court deals. You guys are, you know, going through abuse. You know, Lyrical, something that Violent J from the Insane Clown Posse said the other day in one of his seminars, and it had something to do with this sort of deal, you know, with the suicide shit. Violent J simply stated to the juggalos, and I say this to you all, you know, you may be a juggalo, you may not be. You may be a rebel, you may not be. You know, you're just a normal human being living life. Number one thing is you got a thorn stuck in your fucking foot, all right? And that thorn is going so deep within you. It's up to you to pull that thorn out or keep it where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, rise against, fight back. It's hard, but fight back.
Exactly. True words.
And, you know, because if you don't fight back, what's the point of you living? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be brave. And, it takes a lot of courage for me to say this without busting a tear, man. Because, you know, I see it every day. I hear about it every day. And there's only one thing I wish I could do is I wish I could make a track or at least make some sort of point proven, smack y'all in the face and say, you know what, we love you. Don't fucking do it. You know, don't put that gun to your head. Don't, you know, hang yourself. You know, don't jump off a bridge. And, you know, I know a lot of you are probably saying, well, that's easy for you to say. Well, you know what? It may be easy for me to say, but it's not easy for me to express.
You were one of those people.
I am one of those people, you know. I lived through abuse half my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going through hell with my son right now. That's depressing enough. I have my ex-girlfriend as of today. She was over here badgering me about whether or not if I'm going to let my son stay over the night with her, you know, during these visits. And, you know, it's like, that's just too early for me to say yes or no, man. I mean, This kid's depressed as is. Why would I want to continue putting that pressure and that pain? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as I must say, and I want everybody to stay with me, it's just fuck depression. You know, fuck suicide. You know, if you're dying, who do we have to entertain? Who do we have to give greatness to? You know what I'm saying? I want to see a bunch. I want to see at least 1 million fucking fans coming to our shows, giving us hugs and saying, you know what? Thank you, Lyrical Master, for saving my life. Thank you, Saint Ekkwall, for, you know, making me see the truth. Thank you, Cinderella the Reaper, for making me see what true reality is. And, you know, and a shout out to the Anonymous family. Please hold on, guys. We're doing our best to, you know, to help y'all out, you know, with the agenda. You know what I'm saying? And on the top of that, you know what I'm saying, Lyrical, like you've got massive love, man. And you know, I love you for the fact that you believe in humanity. You believe in life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so hard for me to, you know, it's just so hard for me.
Your beauty.
You know, it's hard to distinguish the beauty when that beauty's being tarnished by a bunch of fucking ugliness. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, I know this is your show. I don't mean to take over, man, but you know, it's just I'm a huge hater of suicide. You know, I fucking hate suicide, man. It's cheated my life so much. You know, it's made me miss a lot of people. You know, I mean, I've had cousins who have killed themselves. I've had aunts and uncles who have done this shit. You know, I've had friends that I never knew from like 10, 20 years ago that I found out that died. You know, and I'm just sitting here going like, you know, where the fuck was I when this happened? Why the fuck hadn't I been there to stop them? You know what I'm saying? And like I related to that piece on you when you said, you know, maybe there could have been something I could have done to help them stop. You know, Lyrical, us as human beings that live and we see the light and we're living that dream, many people don't see what we see. And sometimes we don't get there in time. Does that suck? Does that time suck? Fuck yeah, it sucks. I mean, that's a time that we could have had where we could have said, hey man, or hey bro, or hey sis, don't fucking do this. I know it's hard, man. You know, it's like, let us pull you up. And, you know, when somebody does give you that time of day, man, that really makes it fucking hard. I mean, that time is shitty. So that's why we must live the time that we have and help who we can. You know, if you got a homie down the street that's still alive but is thinking of, you know, sticking a gun to his head, be like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Yeah. You know, well, life's so hard. Well, yeah, life's hard, but that doesn't mean end yourself. It's like, where do you think you're going to go after that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to go religious on it. You know, I'm not going to go, you know, spiritual on it. What I'm going to say is this. You as a human being, you have a value here in life. You have a value here on earth. You know, I don't know what that value is. I can't even tell you what my value is. But what I can say is this. You as a human being, you have a lot to give, you know, and those who don't appreciate you, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Those people who don't deserve your time, you don't deserve their time. You know what I'm saying? So I suggest you take your time and give it to somebody who really cares. And if you don't know anybody who doesn't care, well, I'll tell you what, look for someone who can care. Look for somebody that, you know, may not know. I mean, depression, suicide thoughts, it's hard to point out. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have so much. And I mean, like, take this for an example. Robin Williams. Robin Williams was very depressed. I mean, the man isn't dead, but, you know, he's dead in Hollywood, if that makes sense. And with his movies, he made a lot of films that, you know, expressed his depression. He didn't know if people can get it. But what he did ring out on the factor of the message is, just because someone smiles on a daily basis doesn't mean they're okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because someone smiles at you every day or does something good to you doesn't mean that they're having a fucking nice day. You know, sometimes they can be having the most fucked up, shittiest day of their life, and they can just be smiling about it and be like, hey, you know what? I wish y'all knew what I was going through, but in reality, you don't know what I'm going through. Maybe you'd like to know, maybe you wouldn't like to know. You know, you will never know until you dig into that factor. But, you know, hashtag fuck suicide. That's represented by NLR Inc. We are here to hear you. We are here to believe you. You know, if hotlines don't work, you know, just make sure to bump Lyrical Master, bump some Saint, bump Cinderella the Reaper, bump, you know, Rekt Hearse, bump Arachnid the Spider King, you know, bump some Beetle, you know, the Skull Kid or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always an outlet for that sort of thought. But I do not encourage you to kill yourself. I encourage you to live, man. Fucking live, please. Live for the humanity. Live for the moment.
I believe we're all born for a purpose, so don't spoil that. Even if it seems shitty now, there's a reason that you're here, you know? That's what I believe.
You know, man, many people don't see that point. You know, a lot of people are just so damn deep in that depression to the degree to where they don't believe in anything they hear that's positive. Oh yeah, well my life sucks so bad, or oh this is just that. You know, I should just kill myself. Why, man? What the hell is suicide gonna prove, man? Like, what is it gonna benefit you? What's it gonna benefit those around you?
You further disserviced yourself.
You further disserviced yourself, and on top of that, you know, you think everything is all honky dory when, in all due reality, your life is what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're facing an abusive situation, I know many people who live in that situation, and they wish they were just dead. What point?
Our neighbor next door.
Yeah, our neighbor next door. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear getting beaten all the time. Sometimes we hear, say, I wish I was dead. Why the fuck would that be okay? Just because you're taking fists don't mean shit. You know, you still got that thorn in your foot. You can still pop it out. You can still punch the motherfucker right back. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, hashtag fuck suicide. Condolences to your homie. You know, I hope he makes it good in the afterlife. I mean, if it was an intentional takeaway, he's not going to like the afterlife. If it was a mistakenable thing, you know, the higher superior will understand the situation. If it was a murder, you automatically go into the better peaceful moment, much less than having to tarnish, you know, into the pits of whatever you may think. You know, if you believe in hell, there is a hell. I believe we live in hell right now. You know, I feel like there's something way worse than hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're dealing with that shit for like at least, you know, good 1,000 years to come. But I want you to know, Lyrical, that you have support here, man. And LYRIKAL has your fucking back, man. And, you know, for the factor that, you know, we may run into bumps and pieces in our label. We may run into snakes. We may run into a bunch of fucktards. But at the long run, we have each other's backs. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you ever get into that thought, you know, and say, oh, my God, this, and that. I mean, I know your situation, bro. I mean, it's not my call to announce what that is. You know, I have respect for that.
Thanks.
But, you know, with your shit, though, you know, like, I see it, you know, and I don't appreciate that. You know, you're fighting, you're trying to take that thorn out of your foot, you know, you're trying to push it off.
Some people take enjoyment in other people's torment.
That is true. A lot of people do take enjoyment out of other people's pain, and I see in your situation, enemies love to see you in torment, man, and that's why I tell you, don't hesitate to call me. Don't ever hesitate, you know, to get around with other people, because we are there. Now, let me ask you this, Lyrical, since you've had time to mourn with your situation, what are you going to do in the future to help other people dodge suicide? What are you going to do to help the environment of humanity with that? I want to know. I'm curious.
Okay. Through my music, as you heard, yeah, it'll make people relate to it. And also, the other thing is, I already run health groups on Facebook. Like, there's over 5,000 members with people with neurological disorders, anxiety, depression, eye disorders, and all this kind of thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna like, because I've been running these kind of Facebook groups, a few of them for a few years, but I'm gonna make sure I add in anxiety and depression in there, and put in links, you know, since my friend's passing, because it's only right, and I'm going to do that on the behalf of him and for other people, to save other people, because now I've seen it, now I've witnessed it, you know, it's like, I got to do something back for other people on this regard, you know.
You know, man, and I highly praise you for that thought, man. And you know, for the existence of who we are and for what we do for a living inside NLR Inc., man, we're gonna do our best to create at least one fuck suicide, you know, track for each album. You know, I think that should be like a fresher project, or at least do a single for the time being. I mean, I'm gonna try my best to do what I do, because, you know, I mean, you know how some of us have beats and some of us don't. But, you know, I appreciate what you're gonna do, man, and, you know, and I'm very proud that you're aware of this stuff, man. Like, this shit can get ugly, you know, and this shit can be very depressing, very hurtful, and, you know, I mean, I'm empathing you right now, man. Like, I can feel your pain,
You know
dude. I
what?
mean, I just want to cry.
You know what's
I just
even
want to cry
worse?
half my life.
You know what's even worse, man? I mean, I've spoken to him before, and he was talking about ending it all, and I'm like, I said, but what about me? You'll be hurting me. You'll be hurting your daughter. He's left his little daughter behind, but
Oh
you'll
no,
be hurting your
child
mom.
involved.
Yeah, but it's family split. his partner left him. He didn't see his daughter much, you know. So it's like he's going through struggles. He's got health problems. He's yeah, going through the motions, you know. He lost his father from suicide as well not long ago, and
Right, you were talking about that.
so you know, we were talking about it, and I says, think about it. If you did that, you will leave behind people with pain, like yourself. But
You know, man, what
obviously,
really fucks me what really fucks me up about suicide too is the fact that if there's children involved, that's where it really kicks me in the balls, man, because the children, it's all about the children. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our next revolution. We've got to muscle that shit, and we've got to overpower it, and we've got to turn our children into strong individuals. And for someone like that, I mean, I understand, you know, his shit could have been pretty hardcore. I mean, it sounded like he was in a pretty shitty situation, and I feel bad for him, you know. I mean, I really wish, you know, he's still alive right now. I wish I could just be sitting there telling him, you know, hey, man. But, you know, for him to put that pain upon his children, I mean, that's no offense, but that's kind of selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck are you just going to leave your kids out like that, you know, and not think about it twice? You know, like, if I was to face that suicide situation, I'd look at my wife, I'd look at my kids, you know, I'd look at you guys, and I'd be like, is this really worth it? You know, what the fuck is NLR going to do without me? I mean, yes, your vice president can run this shit. She already knows how to pull it off. You know, I'm not saying I never had, you know, the trust. But what it is like I gotta think about what would happen to her. You know, if I died, dude, my wife would not be the same. She could never think the same. She would never live the same. You know, my children would just be out here in the cold, just be like, you know, where the fuck did dad go? You know what I'm saying? You know, and my heart goes out to his daughter. You said?
yeah, and he never saw her much because, you know, restrictions, they were unfair with him. And I just think it just got to him on a depression. He always talked about her, and they wouldn't allow him to see her much. It was just, it's horrible how, you know. So this is a message to all the mothers in the world who split with the fathers of the child. The fathers and the children need the kids too for that bond, because the children get mentally affected and the fathers do.
Yep.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Even if you spite your ex, even if you hate him so bad, do it for the sake of the children and the father, because you'll be hurting them. And the last thing you want is to know that your ex has ended himself because you're giving him a.
Exactly.
That's not.
And you know, man, if you don't mind me for a split second, do you happen to know your buddy's daughter's name?
Yeah, yeah, Rose.
Ah, Rose, just like the name of my grandmother. How unfortunate! How fortunate! And that's the middle. That's my middle. That's the middle name of my daughter, which is Rose Marie.
Wow.
Well, Rose, I got something to tell you. This is a future. This is a future situation, and I hope this video gets to you in time. But if not, I hope that you find it, or I hope Lyrical helps you find it. We here at NLR Inc. We stand behind you, girl. You know, stay strong. And anytime you need an outlet, anytime you want to hear some positivity, to some fuck shit, or even just happiness, make sure to bump NLR Inc. We are here for you. We are here for the sake of your father. You know, I'm sorry that he ended himself, not knowing twice of what he's left behind. But Rose, I want you to understand that we love you as a person. We love you as a fan, a future fan, that is. And Lyrical will make sure that everything goes into better perspective for you. So I hope you hear us out, and in the future we're looking forward to send you many good things and many good music of positive vibes. Shout out to her.
Beautiful. I mean, she's only young, but in years to come, she might bump into this video. Who knows? So,
How old is she?
I think she might be the same age as my daughter, 5, something like that.
So she's just little.
She's little, but still, in years to come, she might bump into this video, you know. So who knows? Yeah. So so yeah. So your album's coming out in January 2018, I believe, around that time. You hoping?
Yeah, I mean, okay. A little bit of talk about End of Days. Thank God you actually bring that up, man, and thank God you bring up some other ones. But I'll talk. You know, I thank you for asking me about that. I would like to kind of get some shit off my chest about End of Days.
Okay.
It's becoming a struggle. You know, there's a few tracks that are still in the air right now for a little bit of featuring slots. I don't really know who's going to take what at this time, but all I know is simply this. I'm having two tracks that are kind of related out to two of my biggest role models in music. I hope they take it as an expression of love and existence, much less than a copywritten subject. Even though it has a 10% change to both tracks, I hope I don't get in trouble for it. But if I do, you know, I'll have my explanations. But End of Days is going to be hell of a bombshell. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to have many different meanings, many different wordings, many different storylines. You know, some are going to be pretty serious, some of them are going to be funny as hell. Some of them are just going to be sarcastic because I'm a sarcastic asshole like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
mean, you cannot go through music being a rapper and not being a sarcastic asshole. It just doesn't work that way. But I'll tell you one thing is for certain is I do have a few tracks that relate to suicide situations, and I hope those who listen to it they get the point and figure out, you know, you're worth more than what you think. Um, I know one track that I can give away is the track called Hell House, which is basically going to feature it's going to feature Arachnid, myself, and Young Light from Psychopathic Records. And basically, Hell House is basically a representation of this issue. It's going to talk about how me and my son got out of the abusive home that we lived in with my parents, and how we defeated the depression, how we defeated the violence, how we defeated the ignorance.
Wow.
At this time right now, the ignorance is still lurking, but it's not as strong as it used to be. So that's going to be a huge you know, relation towards the fans. I have another number one hit single, and I think you're gonna like this. Lyrical. Let me ask you a good question. Do you like westerns? Do you like western movies?
I do.
Who's who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite western character?
I like Clint Eastwood. I like
Yeah,
yeah, I like Clint. Yeah, man.
my boy. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Check this out. Okay, I'm gonna give a little bit of a leak. I do have a chapter 2 to End of Days. I'm not really gonna reveal what the title of that is yet. It's still in the works, but I'll tell you this: there's a two-part chapter track on both albums. The first one, the first Western track, is called Red Dead Revolution, and it's basically gonna have the theme song to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It has that whistle at the beginning of it, and I'm basically gonna be rapping like in a Clint Eastwood sort of voice effect. So it's gonna be dope as hell. I got a T-shirt to be made of this.
Nice.
Then on the second chapter of the album, you know, on the next album coming after End of Days, there's gonna be a chapter 2, and the track on there is going to be called Realm Showdown. Realm Showdown, basically spiritual showdown, and it's basically gonna have the theme song from either from A Few Dollars More or A Fistful of Dollars. I'm not too sure yet. I'm still in the creation of it, but it's gonna be a two-chapter situation, and both are gonna come with badass shirts. I'm gonna be dressed up like Clint Eastwood on the shirt, and on the back, the first shirt's gonna have me just like Clint Eastwood, and on the back of the shirt, it's gonna have the crack shot revolver shooting bullets, and it's gonna say Neatlane Records on the back. The second shirt, it's going to show me as Clint Eastwood standing there with the gun pointed at you, and then in gun smoke, it's going to say Neatlane Records, and then on the bottom, it's going to say, you know, whichever. So it's still in the works. But
So I take it you're a fan of westerns.
hold on. We got ourselves here a person, Sean King, lying out the mouth about what, man? Like, educate us on something here. I'm not understanding, man.
Yeah, we get a lot of haters, and my show gets stomped down, gets spam reported. I'm in Facebook jail. It's people like this, probably. You know, I just ignore it and carry on. Not my problem. They've got the problem, not me. You know, if you got something to say, say it. Tell me what lies I'm talking about, please. I'd like to know.
Yeah, man. Like, you know. Anyway, as the End of Days album occurs, I mean, a lot of these problems are going to relate to things, but I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
up?
educate
You
me.
want
Please. Educate me.
you
Come
want
on,
to
come on the show if you want and educate me, please. I don't give a
man,
damn. You know?
man, that's all we ever do in our music is educate, man. Like, who are you bullshitting?
Oh,
Okay, so
oh, he's after
he's talking
you.
about me, man.
He's talking
He's
about
talking about
you.
me. All
Okay.
right, what about me, Sean? Seriously, like, what about me? I mean, you're kind of talking to an individual who has higher intelligence than AI right now. So, I mean, I wouldn't really wouldn't want to question that unless you want the true facts, which might make you mad.
All right. So, of course, you as a manager of a record label is gonna gain positive attention and negative attention. Now, how do you deal with that? You're gonna get lovers and haters. How do you cope with
You
that?
know, man, the thing is with the contradiction of both senses within the album, man. I expect some people to be happy. I expect some people to understand the album. There's a lot of people I'm expecting to get really pissed off about the whole scenario and actually either want to throw the record out the window, but then yet they can't because they know that the facts are there and they must know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was once told when I was first starting out that if you can make a record that is so controversial that people can love it but hate it, they want to keep it but they don't, that means you've made something go right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually nailed somebody in the spirit when they know that they can't really handle the truth, but they have no choice but to face the music. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's what's wrong with that's what's the problem with public today. People contradict themselves and the truth so damn bad, man, that no matter how much you argue the situation until you're blue in the face, that truth is always going to come at you one way or another. You know, whether it be karma, whether it be, you know, good vibes, whether it be through a friend, whether it be through family, no matter the scenario, there's always going to be something there to teach you from left to right, whether it be a spiritual situation, whether it be, you know, physical, you know, it doesn't matter. And that's what I'm expecting through this End of Days album is basically I'm hoping that it gets across to people in a good and a bad way.
Now, all right, this Sean King, right? You know, my manager here, he's worked with big names before in the past, ain't that right? Who have you worked with? Tell him. Who have you worked with?
Who have I worked with? Well, you know, there's many people I've worked with. I
Big
mean, so
names,
many on a list I can't.
big
Huh?
big big names. You know, you've been in collabs with big names on your past albums. You've had big names, haven't you? Had Tech Nine.
Sure have, man, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna have a hard time finding that because, well, government hates my shit. So what of it? But what's this dude talking about? This dude walks around wearing a military outfit. Oh, Sean King, Sean. Oh my goodness, where did you come from, dude? Like, really, where have you come from? Like, seriously.
People have a right to wear that they want to. Actually, when I used to perform back in the day, when I used to when I won in my city Sheffield's Young's Finest Talent competition 2 years running in 2001 and 2002, and me and my brother wore the army trousers, the
Hold on,
camouflage
hold on, hold on.
camos.
This dude, Sean King, says that he just got signed to Strange Music. All right, if that's the case, then I want to see a link. I want to see your upcoming album. For real, though. How come
But
you weren't at the gathering?
all right, so
I believe the fact you could prove your shit, homie, but I just want to see it. I just want to see it because I just got done watching the gathering last night, and Tech Nine, the only person he actually announced was King ISO and basically Chris Cali, bro. He didn't say nothing about no Sean King, man.
well, I think he's just trying to rattle your cage on my show, man. So I just let him keep typing, Just we'll just keep talking our thing because he's gonna type forever, and just try and pee you off.
Let's put it this way: Sean King's talking all this good stuff, but at the same time, his comment's so bad it won't even let me see more of what he's typed. That's how bad his comment is. Hey man, my spots never lie, homie. But it's all good. You know what? You don't have to believe me. I don't expect you to. But what I do expect you to do is this: listen up, please. So anyway, Lyrical, as you were saying.
So didn't you? have Michael Jackson on one of your tracks once.
You know, brother, I really wish that would have happened. But unfortunately, Michael's doing a lot of shit right now that he doesn't not want to be caught in for. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people think I'm fucking nuts. But at the same time, if you really look at the signs of it all, Michael's alive, homie. He really is. And, you know, I know certain people that others on this comments have worked with certain somebody that knows about that secret, but I ain't going to say no names. But anyway, yes, Michael is alive. So is Tupac Shakur. And those who don't believe it?
There's been new news that surfaced up. Well, it's not new news. It's been rumored for a long time, but it's resurfaced in the UK news that Tupac Shakur is alive. But, you know, people can believe or not believe. But, you know, have you ever heard of a rapper called Casanova the Don? His voice sounds identical to Tupac. Type him up. It's Kas. Actually, I'll type it in the comments right now. Check him out. He's identical to Tupac. Some people believe that it's actually he's the face of Tupac while Tupac's in hiding. I've typed his name, Casanova the Don. Some people actually believe his music is not actually Casanova's music. He's just a face behind Tupac hiding, and Tupac still doing new music through Casanova the Don. But he's just using his body and face as an image while Tupac's using him. It's just, but when I hear his music, I just think, oh my gosh, this sounds exactly like Tupac, identical, and nobody can be identical exactly the same. But Casanova the Don, when you hear his music, any song on YouTube, I guarantee it, his voice, you close your eyes and listen to it, it's Tupac, man. It's Tupac.
You know what's funny, bro, is this Sean King is sending me like some personal stuff. Like, this is kind of harassment.
You know, I don't appreciate people bombing on my shows. If anybody's got issues about my guests, then please, can you do it outside of my show, please? That's a request from me, because you're kind of bombing on my show, and I don't appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know you, Sean King, but it doesn't come with good intentions on my show. For any of my guests, then you know. All right, so I've lost Saint. All right, wrap this show up. All right, so unless if anybody else wants to come on in as a guest, I don't know, or any requests, but otherwise I'll be gone. All right, so peace out. Have a good weekend. I'm gone. Lyrical Master Show. Talk about I'm going to bring other people's names. Alright, I'm gone. I'm done with this Sean's messages and that, you know, bombing on my show. I'm done now. Alright, so peace out and respect. Stay safe. Keep well. Don't hate. Keep love. Yeah, life's too short for hate. Alright. God bless.